Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. So in this taste challenge, we have two single malt Irish whiskeys, a Speyside and a Highland. And it's really cheap and one is not too expensive. All right, so this is Trader Joe's. Yes, this exists. Trader Joe's Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey, age 8 years. It is produced by Alistair Duncan, or somehow, you know what I mean, arranged by them for Trader Joe's. It's a independent bottler. They make it for Trader Joe's for the contract. All right, it's 40% alcohol. It's like I said, age 8 years in oak casks. And I bought this 2 years ago for $19.99. $19.99. True story. Isle of Fire Wayne says, howdy. Jay, hello, howdy to you. So now I don't know the price now. I don't know the price now because they don't put it on the website. And I don't just go back to Trader Joe's all the time and check. But I'm telling you, I paid $19.99 for it. And I have the receipt to prove it. Real cork and real cork. All right, so moisturize the cork. Moisturize the cork. Here's Tomatin. Tomatin, well, around the world it's called Legacy. Aged about 6 years, but no official age statement. It's about 6 years. 85% ex-bourbon barrels and about 15% in virgin North American oak. I know that because I watched a video production that they produced. The company produced the video, and they said it was aged 4 to 8 years, which is about 6. So probably the youngest whiskey is 4 years old, and the oldest is 8. All right, get it? 85% of the whiskey aged in ex-bourbon and 15% aged in new virgin oak. 43% alcohol. Tomatin Distillery started in 1897. Still around. You can take a tour. I bought this at Walmart, and I checked the price today. It's $29.99. And I think it was like $2 less. And that was like 4 years ago. So it's gone up $2 in 4 years. It's just tight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, folks. Got a grip on it. Real cork. Real cork. All right, so my friend David's like, you're not strong enough to open that. And I tell him it's not a matter of being strong enough. I can't get a grip sometimes. If my hand's if my hand just keeps slipping, I can't grip it. I mean, yeah, obviously I could open it. It's very easy to open these things, but not if you can't get a grip. All right. Foil cap. So it's available at my Walmart, this Walmart, which almost maybe I could see it if I stood up and looked out the window. Today, they have it in stock, $29.99. Now, I can't see it because of the houses, but I mean, it's not far. I could walk to it easily. You are the deal master. I guess I'm the deal master. Walmart had it. Trader Joe's had it. I didn't search it out. It was just there on the shelf. It didn't really take any effort. There it is. Clear gold, simple, basic, nice looking. Trader Joe's. Like I said, this is not, there's no Trader Joe's Distillery Just like there's no Trader Joe's breweries, but it's the same for the beer, wine, and liquors. Independent bottling. They have a contractor, and they say, "Hey, see the real cork." They say, "You, what we want is an 8-year single malt Speyside Scotch, and we want it on the shelves for $19.99, and we don't want the customers to come back and try to return it because they say it's terrible." And then the contractor says, "Oh yeah, we could probably do that. It'll be close. It'll be tough, but we could pull it off." Nice label though, even though it's like I say, a store brand, Trader Joe's. Got the little the old ship steering wheel on it. Now I don't know when this was introduced, and the funny thing about it, most Trader Joe's don't sell liquor. Some don't even sell any alcohol, believe it or not. Some don't. The ones in Mississippi, they all say no alcohol. All right, so I bought this in Metairie, Louisiana. I said $18.99. Maybe it's terrible. I don't know. For the price, who cares? I'm sure it's not going to be. They're both golden, so maybe the Tomatin's a little lighter, a little stronger, 43% versus 40. Good evening, Ron says, B Aviation. Good evening to you. Wayne says, you could always just have a pair of pliers handy. Well, yeah, but I've got the little rubber gripper, the little rubber thing. But I was able to get it. Does Aldi sell liquor since they own Trader Joe's? Okay, in England and France and all of it, they sell liquor, but in the United States, they don't. They sell beer and wine, and that's it, beer and wine. But I bought it's a funny question, because yesterday, before we did Stout Sunday, I was at Aldi, quick trip. Bought some bagged spinach, and then I always got to check the beer section. No new beers, so I said, "Oh phooey, oh phooey," And they did have the wine, not the Merlot, the Cabernet Sauvignon, and $3.45. And then they had this variety pack. It was called 12 Days of Cream Liqueur. 12 Days of Cream Liqueur from Connolly's. Store brand, Trader Joe's owns Aldi, so it's called Connolly's Cream Liqueur. It's made by Mary and Sons. Now, you may have seen Mary's Irish Cream. It's pretty popular. It's one of the top 3 or 4 Irish cream liqueur companies. Okay, it's been around a long time, Mary's. Oh, and they do contracts with everybody. But they make what they call a wine-based cream liqueur. And they only come in at 13.9. 13, every bottle's 13. It was 12 bottles for $7.50. Now, I was amazed when I started examining the package. 12 different flavors. The original, the strawberry, salted caramel, the tiramisu, and, it goes on. Made with real Irish dairy cream and neutral spirit. So they're using whiskey, unaged, you know what I'm saying? Like what they call in Kentucky, moonshine, what they call it. But it's 13.9 and it's wine based. And I think they're doing that so they can get around some state laws over here that say, "Oh no, you can't have liquor." No way, you can't have people drinking 14% Irish cream whiskey. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Are you silly? So they say, "Oh yeah, we wouldn't sell that. We have responsibility and ethics and personal care for the citizens. But we could sell a 13.9 alcohol wine base, using wine, which probably wine that has a neutral aroma. And then the state government says, oh, well, certainly that's allowed. That's not a hedonistic heathen product. 13.9, clearly much lower than 14.0. Can't have people running around out of control in those Catholic states. You know what I mean? Drinking 14% whiskey, Irish liqueurs. You know how those people are. But this is a respectable state. We sell 13.9% wine-based cream liqueurs. So yeah, you get the joke, right? All right, so they don't sell liquor in a technical sense, but I bought, and it was amazing because it was $7.50. You heard me right, $7.50. You say, what were those, like little tiny bottles? I thought they were 50 milliliters, and I thought 50 milliliters, $7.50, 12 different flavors. I like Irish cream liqueurs. That's the deal, you know. No, I mean, but I got home and I examined it. It was 100 milliliter bottles. 100 milliliter bottles. So it was amazing. I guess they were trying to get rid of it. It was probably from the 12 days of Christmas, which some people erroneously think are the 12 days leading up to Christmas. Wrong. The 12 days of Christmas are Christmas Day, day one. Day two, the second day of Christmas, or in the Commonwealth countries, British Empire countries, they call it Boxing Day. Then there's day 3, 4, and then there's 12th night, which begins Carnival, you see. And even though the British are anti-Catholic, all their holidays are based on the Catholic traditions. So, haha. But Carnival, you know, that comes from that. All right. So anyway, on to this. Let's look at the comments. A land called Honolulu, right? Then there. Puff the Magic Dragon, Live by the Sea. Oh yeah, I knew that. I know all about Peter, Paul, and Mary, man. You think I don't know about Peter, Paul, and Mary? I've got the LP, The Mamas and the Papas, as recorded at the Monterey Pop Festival 1967. I've got the album. You think I don't know? You know, I need somebody groovy. I need somebody to move me, yeah. And I know about the I'm leaving on an air. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again, so don't play with me. No, all right, I'm just kidding. All right, so yeah, I know about PP and M. Haha, leave it to the KS says, haha, leave it to the bureaucracy to come up with these ridiculous thresholds for alcohol percentage. Right. Can't have 14% liquor-based wine in your state. Are you insane? Are you mad? Have you lost your mind? But you can sell 13.9% wine base very easily. They probably taste exactly the same, but it's a way to get around it. You know, it's yeah, a jet plane, right? All right, that's it. I gotta go. Actually, I'm going to be on the John Denver holiday special later tonight. All right, let's go. Guest starring Mama Cass, of course. And mix these up real good. Yeah, No peeking. I'm not going to cheat. It smells like caramel, kind of toffee. If you think these two smell like peatiness and smoke, you can forget it. They're rated F for forget it, because that ain't happening. These are sweet, bready, um, sort of caramel toffee oriented Scotch whiskeys. And I know I talked to a lady today at work. I said, "You like Scotch?" "Oh, I don't like the taste of Scotch. It's just not good." She said, "It's just not good." I didn't want to get into it whether she was working. I was like, "Yeah, okay." I said, "You like bourbon?" She said, "Really? I just like Crown Royal." She kind of cut me off like, "I really just like Crown Royal." She's a very nice person. She was just being definitive. "I really just like Crown Royal." I said, "Oh, sounds like a Louisiana lady." I said, "That's a lot like bourbon, actually." But anyway, which it is. But anyway, oak barrels, but they're using 85% ex-bourbon and 15% virgin oak. Okay. Aged for the very first time. Aroma, there's more caramel here and there's not really any there. So I'm just thinking, did I say I was going to do anything? I said I was thinking about it. This is probably the Trader Joe's because it's got that caramel toffee nose. Trader Joe's not cheaping out and using glass instead of plastic. That's right. Not only are they using glass, they're using real cork, real hunk of cork. So they're going full bore on it. But I know how some people are. Believe me, I know how some people are. I mean, I really know. If you tell them it's Trader Joe's, they're going to hate it off the bat. Okay, the first thing they're going to do is hate it. Not that they've ever tasted it, of course, but they're going to hate it. "Oh, I don't drink that private label stuff. That's garbage." Based on the fact that they consider it garbage. But I got somebody well set up last week. He came to my house. Not going to say who, but you probably know who it is. I said, "Let's do a blind taste test on whiskey." Oh, yeah, he was all excited about that. Any chance to try whiskey. So I just said, "Here it is." I didn't show him the bottle, and I poured it in another room, brought the glasses in the experimental room. He's thinking about it. I gave him 2 clues. I said, "You get 2 clues. That's it." He wanted to know foreign or domestic. Gave him the answer. I think he asked for the ABV. I don't recall. But he was thinking while I was watching him. He was thinking. Oh. And he's always on my case about, "You don't know whiskey. I was drinking whiskey when you were 12." And I was like, "Yeah, that's probably true, sadly." But I don't mind. I could take it. But I'm watching. Oh, wait. These are not the same. I'm watching. And he's saying, "Oh, this is definitely a Scotch. This is a Scotch." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And you can see the video when it gets posted, but he said, "This is a Scotch. I'm not sure what region." And I said, "Oh, okay." And he loved it. He was like, "Oh man, this thing is an A. This thing is great." He was going on and on and on about how good it was. I was like, mm-hmm. Oh no, I know what his second clue was. He wanted to know if it was foreign or domestic. I told him foreign, and he wanted to know if it was using the name of the original distillery, which to me was a terrible question. I say, yes, it does use, and see, I'm very careful in my words. Y'all know that. I said, it does use the name of the original distillery, which it does. And he was like, "Oh, okay." Now, to me, I was thinking you weren't listening carefully enough, but that's cool. But he loved it. And then when I showed him the label, where you should have seen that face, he was like, I thought he saw a ghost. But I said, uh-huh. But that's the beauty of the blind taste test, the mystery taste challenges. you can't prejudge it because you don't know what it is. You know what I mean? You can't talk dog on it because you don't know what you're talking about. You might be dogging one of your favorite products, beer, wine, liquor, doesn't matter. So I said, ah ha 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 ha, ah ha 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 ha. When it was finished, I was like, yeah, you know, you think you know, but maybe you don't know. And a lot of people out there, I'm not just singling him out. I know so many people that's, and like I said, we're doing whiskey tonight, but or this afternoon. But I know so many people that's all about wine. They're all about beer, and they're the greatest expert in the history of expertise. And you can't dare show them the label because they're gonna say that's trash, you know. But you got to give it to them blind when they don't know what it is, and most people won't do it. You know, they say, "Oh, I don't, I'm busy." I say, "You say you wanted to drink beer." Because it's too dangerous. You know, you can be caught out, and people don't want to be caught out. You know, it's like, oh, are you sure this is an excellent product? Yeah. Oh, because it's Budweiser, and then they'll pass out and die of a heart attack. All right, now tell them it costs $100 a bottle, and they'll probably love it. Yeah, I don't tell them anything. That's the thing. I give them two clues. You know, I let them look at the product. Obviously, I pour it in a glass, but they don't know what it is. So they like, it's funny because they don't know what to say. Like, maybe they want to say it's terrible, but then what if it's a great product? But he's honest, so he'll just say if it's, you know, he thinks it's great. You know, he's not going to try to play games. But just like the people who swear by their favorite light beer and they say everything else is garbage. Right. Guy I work with. Bud Light is the greatest light beer on the planet. He said, I ought to know. I drink it all the time. I said, yeah, a little bit too much, but he claims that he has it down cold. Like no one on earth could judge Bud Light like he can. All right. He'll just tell you that. I know my Bud Light and you can't stop me. And I'll never get it wrong. I was like, all right. But he's saying, you bring that Keystone Light over and I'll to my house one day and I'll show you all. I said, well, let's do the challenge. And maybe he will show me. Maybe I'll be embarrassed, you know, but I'm not. I said, but nah. I say, you think you can tell them apart? Now, one time could be a fluke, so I could bring Keystone Light and he gets it right. But I say repeatedly, Miller Lite, Keystone Light, Milwaukee's Best Light. Well, you know all the light brands. So Natural Light. And he's going to claim I'll get it right every time. Well, let's see about that. Tomatin has to crush this challenge. Okay, let's get to it. All right, I know enough's enough. I would think Tomatin's going to kill it, but it's not really happening at this point. But it might happen right now. This one's got a honey note. It's kind of a bitiness on the tongue, like not so refined, even though it's aged 8 years. I'm saying it's the Trader Joe's. It's fine. I like it. It's medium bodied, kind of mostly dry finish. It's easy going. It's pleasant, and it is $19.99. But still, you know, it is $19.99. All right, let's go over here. This is like $30. I mean, I'm sorry, that one. $30. It's a $10 difference, essentially. It's a $10 difference. Does it make a difference? I think it will, but let's see right now. There's no way that's Trader Joe's. That's impossible. I'm getting a little hint of smoke. I'm getting a hint of peatiness. I'm getting like a savory seaside malt profile. Medium body, like the other one. This one's medium body. This one's medium. They're both medium body. Both have a mostly dry finish, so that's not really a difference. Seems to maybe have a higher proof. That's questionable. I mean, I know it does. 44. I'm sorry, 43% versus 40. That's not that big of a deal. But no, no. Do you detect any banana flavor in the Tomatin? Banana, says Kevin Johnston. It's possible. Kind of like with Coors Banquet, you get a little, you think it's banana. It's possible. It's possible. But I'm definitely getting that smoke, but it's mild. You see, before you flip out, it's mild. It's not a heavy handed thing. It's just a little bit of it. It's a little bit of peat, and it's that savory grain, malt, and corn. Now, do I like Trader Joe's 8-year age? I like it. I don't have an issue with it, honestly, but compared to Tomatin, it can't make it. It can't compete. It gets killed. Is it worth $10 to pay? Is it worth to pay $10 more for Tomatin? Well, that depends what your goals are, but you know what I'm saying. You're gonna get $10 more flavor. I mean, you're gonna get $10 better quality. No knock against Trader Joe's, but they're so clearly not a tie. They're so clearly not comparable. And that's what I like to do these blind taste tests because you don't know until you do it, right? So now, what's going to happen with the other challengers? I think Glencullen, it could be even because Glencullen is $1 more, but maybe $3 not as good. Glencullen, it's aged 10 years. It is aged 10, and I see some online liquor stores, they selling it. It's not just at Albertsons. I was thinking it was Albertsons private label. I know it's handled by Sazerac, but I'm seeing it in like 5 or 6 different liquor stores. I know they got nothing to do with Albertsons, so I said, okay. It's always about the same price, $20.99, maybe 22. I think it's a liter bottle too. It's a big old bottle, but that's kind of rough. It's a little rough. But against Glenlivet 12, Glenlivet Founders Reserve, Glen Glassaw, which is not that great. The Glenrothes, 15-year age. The Ardbeg 10. Don't even ask about that. That's going to be a catastrophe. Ardbeg 10. I mean, most anything can't beat that. I got the Finlagen 6-year age, which I think is very good. Some people rag on it, but I don't. The what's that other one? Lismore 6-year. Lismore's all right, more or less. Lismore or less. I like it. I'm not in love with it, but I mean, maybe Trader Joe's will win one time. It might beat the Glencullen, but we'll see. But all the rest, the Jura Journey, it's going to get killed. Yeah, so against Jura Journey, Glenlivet, and all, and, forget it. It doesn't have a chance. Don't taste a chance. I mean, it doesn't taste a chance. That makes sense. It doesn't stand a chance. Doesn't stand a chance. All right, to me, comments. To me, Tomatin reminds me of creme brulee and Nilla wafers. Nilla wafers from Nabisco. Do you detect any of that? I don't think I do. No, it's just what I was saying, but in a sweet grain, bready barley malt, a little wisp of smoke, and a little seaside grain, like I was saying, and a little peatiness. Yeah, all those things. Evening, says Mr. R. How's the taste challenge going? Very well, except that Trader Joe's is getting decimated. The Japanese, Takara Shuzo owns Tomatin Distillery. Yeah, that's true. They do have a umbrella company, a Japanese company, Takara. Versus the Germans, Aldi, Trader Joe's. Yeah, Aldi is a German company. They own Trader Joe's. Yes. So we have the Axis powers. Basically, all we need is Italy. We have the tripartite pact. Oh yeah, it's probably not a good comment to make. It might be that it might me. Okay, let's see this comment. It might be just my unrefined palate. After COVID, my sense of taste just isn't the same. It's quite frustrating. Well, my sense of smell was bye bye for about a year, but it came back slowly. It's pretty much back now. Still can't. I still can't smell cologne though. Cologne still smells like chemicals, but used to love smelling cologne, but now smell like alcohol. That's all right. Don't worry about the typo. All right. Now Trader Joe's. Is it worth buying for $19.99? Or maybe it's going up to $21.99. But I'm going to speak for what I paid for it. I think it is worth it for $19.99. But it's pretty simple. It's got caramel and maybe toffee, medium body. It's just basic. You say they aged this 8 years. This is all they got. That's right. And that's why it's $19.99. Now, you know how these things work. They go to Scotland. The contractor company says, we'll get that. And they go to auctions and they say, who wants this? Nobody wants it, They taste it. Wouldn't buy that. So then the contractor says, we'll bid on it. They only people that bid on it, they get the deal, they bottle it, they send it over here, and they sell it for $19.99. It's a little bit of a markup. Everybody gets their cut. It's a little bit of cut. So they got to sell a lot. But believe me, Trader Joe's sells a lot. They got people going in Trader Joe's all day buying this, driving up in their Subaru, and they buying it. And they'll pretend that they like it, because they're that's what they do. They go to Trader Joe's to buy everything on discount, and they say, I like it. I like it. All right. Who makes Trader Joe's liquor? Well, we don't know. It's not Buffalo Trace. Well, they don't. That's a bourbon company. All we know it's Alistair Duncan. But Alistair Duncan is not a distillery. They're like Just Dorinian and Brooks in England, J&B. They don't make anything. They're a broker. Well, what you call a broker. They buy and sell products. They buy low and sell high. At least that's the goal. So if you get J&B Scotch, everybody's heard of J&B Scotch. There's no J&B distillery. There's no J&B nothing. It's an office in London. I walked past that office in November of last year. I said, oh, look, Just Dorinian and Brooks, J&B. But it was closed. It was after dark. It's just office with people on the phone and whatever, and they contract with distilleries to make the product. Okay, so it's not a distillery. You cannot go tour the J&B distillery. That has never existed. It's a like what we talking about, like Trader Joe's. It's a brand that some other people make. They put the name on it, J&B. Obviously, people like it. It's one of the top selling Scotch whiskeys in the world. I like it. Tastes good. That's all that matters, right? When I research the source of Trader Joe's distillery, I come up short. Just say undisclosed. Right, you're going to continue to come up short. You're never going to find out because it's probably not even a single distillery. It's probably, like I'm saying, they're buying it on an auction, on a secondary or tertiary market. They're buying it at auctions. They're saying, we want this. Okay, how much? All right, we bid. Nobody else bidded. Nobody else made a bid, so they get it. Okay. Now, I might buy the 2024 bottle. It might taste completely different. But no one's going to care because you paid $19.99. Doesn't Scotch have to be produced in Scotland? Yes, there's no doubt about that. Or what would an American malt whiskey be labeled as? Well, it would be labeled as what you're saying, American malt whiskey. Can you make an American malt whiskey that mimics Scotch? Peated malt, smoke, all barley malt, single grain, let's say. Of course, you can make that, and you would call it, let's say, Shablip, Tennessee single malt American whiskey. No problem. You can sell that. Any ABV, 40 proof. 40%, 114%, doesn't matter. Age 2 years, age 22 years. Fine, make it. Can't call it Scotch. Might taste exactly like Scotch. Can't call it that. It's like Canada. They make all kind of products that are almost identical to bourbon. Can't call it bourbon because it's not made in the United States. You can make it across the river, less than a mile. Let's say a quarter mile. You go to Detroit, cross the bridge, Ambassador Bridge. You're a quarter mile from Detroit in Windsor, Canada. You got a distillery. There actually is a distillery there. You make whiskey that is identical to bourbon. Corn, some rye, some barley malt. Let's say 70% corn, 15% rye whiskey, 15% wheat whiskey. Oh, okay. Well, no, we're going to do 15% malt whiskey. Okay, fine. Age it 3 years in new charred oak barrels. Bourbon. Nope, can't call it bourbon. It's from Canada. You can call it Canadian blended whiskey because you're blending 3 products: malt whiskey, rye whiskey, and corn whiskey, and you're bottling it. You age it at least 3 years. Not bourbon. Canadian blended whiskey. They're blended together. All right. So, and then, and some Americans would never drink that. They're all into bourbon. I'm all about bourbon. I'm all about bourbon. Well, why don't you try this from Canada? Oh, I don't drink Canadian whiskey. That's brown vodka. Brown vodka? What are you talking about? Are you high? Are you stupid? Are you high? It's like, what are you talking about? But you can't. You can take them. You can take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. All right. To be officially classified as Scotch whiskey, it must be produced in Scotland, of course, and matured in oak casks. Yes, a minimum of 3 years. Correct. Scotland, oak, 3 years. You got it. The Hiram Walker Distillery is in Windsor. It's huge. Oh yeah, Hiram Walker. That's right. Since what, 1879? 1879. B Aviation. Thank you, B Aviation. All right. So to end this long video, but it's a very interesting video. I always make videos for myself. I always like when I'm making the video, it's like I'm watching the video while I'm making it. It's strange. It's like I do not have dissociative identity disorder, but when I'm doing the video, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, that's really interesting. But I'm the one making the video. All right. Trader Joe's. I do like it. I like the toffee, but it's more caramel than toffee. But I like that. There is definite oak. It's aged 8 years. I like it. I do like it. I'm glad I bought it. But I'm going to say this now. It may not ever win a challenge. It may lose every challenge. It just may lose because I'm going up against, credible brands that are out there. They're known. But if it wins, if it starts to win, I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to say, "Oh, I can't believe it. It's starting to win." I'm just going to say it won, but it's probably not going to. Tomatin always performs well. mean, this product never fails. It never fails. It's always living up to its billing. You say, I want a good scotch. I want a good, solid single malt scotch, and I don't want to go broke buying it. Okay, there you go. $30. You got it. 30 plus tax. It's solid. You're not going to go broke, and you're going to love every sip. Every sip. And you're not going to say, well, I got a deal on it. No, you're going to love it. That's how good it is. And that's a cheap one. You say, well, I got $300 or $400. I got a present. Well, then you can go up the ladder on Tomatin and you can pay $300 or $400. And then you're going to really play. You're going to really be in the, in the mix. I haven't done that. All right. I must admit, okay, last comments and we out of here because I got to go to sleep. I got to go watch basketball and then I got to get ready for more taste challenges. Dawn Busters tomorrow. I must admit, says Kevin Johnston, I must admit Canadian blended whiskeys are very tasty. Don't let your friends and family hear you saying that. I know they get a bad rep, but people should give them an honest chance. People would be surprised, I think. Oh, would they really? I think they would be. I agree with that because they have been making whiskey in Canada for 200 years. How many fake medals has it won? Yeah, right. The fake medals, yeah. The World Whiskey Award judges awarded both Q-Buchan 12-year-old batch number 1 and Tomatin 12-year-old with gold awards. The only 2 single malts to win gold medals in their category. Tomatin is a reputable distillery. It's not some Johnny-come-lately joke. It's been around since 1897, and they do good stuff. But, I mean, I'm only basing it on the fact that I've had the Tomatin. I meant to say Tomatin. That one. All right. Tomatin. It's really good. Would I like to try the 12-year and the other ones? Oh, of course. Walmart has a 12-year. Yeah. I still got about half the bottle left. Oh, this thing, 40. Okay, 40%. Oh, this thing is so good. It's so good. I'm telling you, it is so good. The Trader Joe's one, laughing out loud. Yeah, Trader Joe's is fine. All right, so cut and dry, long video, but taste challenge. I would recommend Trader Joe's, but with the consideration that it is an independent bottler of whiskey. It's not a real Trader Joe's distillery, although probably everybody on earth knew that already. It's kind of store brandy-ish. That's why it's $19.99 sort of thing. Does have a positive attribute, the caramel and maybe slight toffee, but it's kind of basic. If you want to say bland, okay, I won't take issue with that. But yeah, I mean, it's there. It's there in Metairie. I can go there tonight. I could get in my car and go there tonight and buy another bottle. Not going to, obviously. I got this much left. And it's on the shelf because people buy it. But Tomatin's a real serious product. I mean, you should buy that. And I'm coming back tomorrow with I think it's the Glenlivet 12-year. This has no chance. Do you have any rum challenges coming up anytime soon? Those are my favorite videos to watch, says Kevin Johnson. Rum challenges. Oh, well, now that you mention it, I've got, it's a good question. So when I finish the single malt scotch, which will take a week or two, maybe a week. I got a lot though. But when I finish the single malt, then I'm going to blended blended scotch, because I always do single malt scotch, then I go to blended scotch. And I have the oh, you're gonna love this Chivas Regal. My friend David, y'all think I get good deals? No, I don't get good deals. He got the greatest deal in the world. When I tell you what he paid for this, you will swear I'm lying. You will say, you lie. You lie. But I'm not lying. I mean, he said, I bought everything they had. He went in there and they had the price. So he was like, he bought them all. He bought it. Of course, the store didn't care. They don't care. He bought them all. He said, I'm gonna give these as gifts. The people I give it to not gonna know I got it for $4.99. $4.99. It's a full size bottle. I said, well, I didn't know. I said, of course, who would not buy that? You know, who would not buy that? You gotta buy it. And I bought it. I paid $4.99. And then he was like angry at me that I didn't buy him a bottle. I said, well, you got so much liquor at your house, you know. So he went over there the next day and he bought everything there. So it was amazing, you know. But that's going to be a great challenge. Chivas, you know, anything, if you see the word Chivas, you know you're dealing with a good product. So I got Chivas Brothers. I'm not even going to mention that's 13-year age. But so I'm gonna do that, and then I've got brandy. I got to do the brandy. Sorry, I got to do the brandy, and then we go into rum. So yes, we do have rum, and it's going to be a product that people asked me about for years, and I finally got it, and it's called Calypso Silver. I did the gold, but I'm doing Calypso Silver. Yeah, Calypso Silver. So get ready for Calypso Silver. All right. Probably not going to do that well. I got it for so cheap. But yeah, but I'm going to bring it in. Wayne says, tipping the bottle sideways might be a better way to estimate. Tipping it sideways? I wish we had the Trader Joe's here. Kroger is decent, though. I like Kroger. But they're not in my area. No. When I go to Houston, Texas, yeah, I go there. And Fiesta. I bet you wish you still had some Johnny Walker Blue Label. Haha. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't. It was $242 after tax. I mean, it was enjoyable. I mean, it's gone now. I'm not going to regret it. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. So it's over. You know, I'm not worrying about it. What sounds like he got a dazzling deal. I did get a dazzling deal. Glenlivet from Speyside is an awesome single malt. All the best from Great Britain, says Mark Lockwood. Yes, I have the Glenlivet 12-year age, and then I'm going to bring in the Glenlivet family Founders Reserve. Founders Reserve, no age statement. Glenlivet 12-year and Glenlivet Founders Reserve. No chance. Got no. There's no possibility that could win. Like I'm telling you, this might win once. It might beat the Glencullen 10-year age, but that's questionable. So you can just get ready for Trader Joe's getting beat and defeated and beat and defeated and defeated and beat, defeated and beat. And that's what's going to happen. Calypso rum is cheap, but a really well-rounded rum. Only had this silver though. Yeah, I have. That's been on the market for like 50 years. Believe me. Might have been longer than that. Might be like 80 years. But it's probably had 10 owners. You know, probably 10 different companies owned it. But I got Calypso silver. I did the silver. Yeah. And now I have the gold. But when you see the videos and I tell you what I paid, you'll admire me, you know, or you'll hate me. Calypso spice rum. Yeah, I don't really deal with spice rums. I've had a few, and they're good. I like them. But yeah, there's Calypso spice. There's Calypso gold. There's Calypso, 151. You know, the knockout, the one that'll kill you. But I just can't obviously get everything. Trader Joe's is like the Pistons. No, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. They've got at least 10 wins. All right, well, y'all take care now. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning early. Get ready at dawn when you're drinking coffee. I'm going to be doing a Scotch whiskey taste challenge, single malt. Oh, it was hard to tell if you were halfway through the bottle of Tomatin you held up, but if you, well, I've been having this for years. I've been having this bottle for years. But if you would have rotated it 90 degrees sideways, then you would get a better estimate. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, well, here we go. Turn off the lamps. Still, like I'm saying, it's about 40, 35%. It's got to be about 40%. Well, check me out in 2030 and I might be done with it. Did you save the empty bottle of Blanton's for your collection? Heck to the no. I don't save whiskey bottles. No. Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. Y'all take care. Look, I'm going to watch college basketball. Go and watch the Atlantic Coast Conference. I'm not chugging a beer, boy. I'm not chugging a beer. I drank Ice House earlier today, and I drank Samuel Adams Breakaway Blonde. I'm not chugging a beer. All right, I'll see y'all later. Early morning, when most people are reasonably asleep. I'll see y'all for another Scotch Whiskey Taste Challenge. You too, Wayne. You too.